Have you ever been roasted? Well, in today's read and repeat English lesson, I have a story about Gloria who was roasted. And I am going to read through today's story, allow you to shadow me and repeat what I say to help improve your English comprehension, vocabulary, and your English fluency. I hope you're ready for a little bit of learning and laughter. Let's dive into today's story. Gloria invited her friends over for a movie night in her living room. So when you invite someone over, you give them the opportunity to visit you. So you might invite someone over for dinner. You may invite someone over to meet your parents. So you give someone an invitation to come and be with you. Now, a movie night, if you don't know, is when people get together and watch a movie. Hence the term movie night. And you can have a movie night at your house, or you can go to the local theater and have a movie night. Now it's more common for people to say, I'm going to Netflix and chill, which is basically saying I'm about to have a movie night. Everyone laughed and talked. Laughed and talked. While popcorn bowls and soda cans cluttered the table. So it's funny how in different parts of the United States, when it comes to drinks like Coke, Pepsi, Mountain Dew, some areas call it soda and some areas call it pop. Down in the South, some people call it drink. So I'm going to get a drink. And sometimes people refer to a drink as alcohol, but oftentimes when it is a child or a minor or a teenager, when someone says a drink, we know that they're talking about a carbonated drink like Coke or Pepsi or something like that, Sprite, Mountain Dew. Okay, so you have pop, soda, and drink. Okay, now when a table is cluttered or cluttered, it means it's filled with a lot of different things. Okay, it can be cluttered with paper, it can be cluttered with trash. Your clothes can be cluttered in the corner of the bedroom. Cluttered. Let's find out what happens. Suddenly, Alexa's light ring turned blue, and the smart speaker spoke up without being asked. Now, this is the problem that I have with a lot of technology. When you don't voice activate it, it's obvious that it's still listening to your conversations. I know for me, I find it funny how when my phone is not being used and it's sitting in the same room or in the car with me and I'm having a conversation, and then when I pick up to use my phone, I notice ads that are similar to some of the things that I may have mentioned in my conversation. And I'm like, this phone is listening to me. So Alexa here has started talking without being activated. Has that ever happened to you? Let's find out what Alexa did. Gloria, Alexa said, your playlist still includes the boy band you cried over in middle school. So now Alexa is roasting her. So when someone is roasting someone else, they are making fun of them. Now, the word roast can be used to describe when someone is baking beef or turkey or chicken or lamb or pork in an oven or on an open fire. We're roasting the meat, you may say. But if you're roasting me, then you're making fun of me. You're talking about me. So I put this story together because someone in the comment section recently roasted me. You guys have to let me know, is this true? Because it sure was funny. Okay, someone from Brazil. They said, hello, Jay, watching in Brazil. Love your videos. They said, you look like JB Smooth. I don't know if I look like JB Smooth. I've never heard that one before. You guys have to let me know. If you're not familiar with who JB Smooth is, he's a comedian and he's pretty funny. And I don't know. I don't think I look like him. Do a Google search, JB Smooth, and let me know. Do I look like JB Smooth to you? Let's continue with the story. Her friends burst out laughing. Her friends burst out laughing. While Gloria's cheeks, her cheeks, turned bright red. She's embarrassed. Now, when something bursts, it pops. A balloon can burst. A tire on your bike or your car can burst. But when someone bursts out laughing, it's ha ha ha. They just make a laugh. Ha ha ha. They burst out laughing. Okay. So they chuckle very loudly. That's not true, Gloria shouted. But Alexa quickly responded. Correction, you played them 3 times last week. Let's say that last sentence again. Correction, you played them 3 times last week. So Alexa responded. When she responded, she replied. Okay, she gave an answer. The group roared with laughter. The group roared with laughter. Some nearly choking on their snacks. So in other words, they were eating some of the popcorn and they were laughing so hard that they began to gasp and choke on their food. That had to be funny and embarrassing. Desperate to change the subject. Desperate to change the subject. Gloria asked Alexa for the weather. No, it's too late now. Instead, Alexa replied, forecast cloudy. much like Gloria's cooking skills. So, why would Alexa say that her cooking skills were cloudy? Cloudy. She's basically saying that when Gloria cooks in the kitchen, she fills the kitchen with smoke, making the house cloudy. So she's insulting her by saying, Gloria, not only do you listen to a boy band, but you also can't cook. Oh, Alexa is ruthless. We're almost done. One of her friends, let's see here. One of her friends fell off the couch from laughing. Let's say that sentence again. One of her friends fell off the couch from laughing so hard. That was hilarious. Gloria finally unplugged the speaker, muttering that technology had turned into a bully. Technology had turned into a bully. So, in other words, she was saying that technology was no longer, as we say, user friendly. She basically said instead of working with her, technology is now working against her. Okay, last sentence. Her friends kept teasing her all night. And Gloria knew Alexa's roast or Alexa's roast session would never be forgotten. So when you tease someone, you're making fun of them. So sisters and brothers usually tease one another. Okay? Husbands and wives usually tease one another. Okay? So now that you have a good understanding of what it means to roast someone, let's read through the entire story without stopping, and let's see if you can keep the pace that I read. Gloria invited her friends over for a movie night in her living room. Everyone laughed and talked while popcorn bowls and soda cans cluttered the table. Suddenly, Alexa's light ring turned blue, and the smart speaker spoke up without being asked. Gloria, Alexa said, your playlist still includes the boy band you cried over in middle school. Her friends burst out laughing while Gloria's cheeks turned bright red. That's not true, Gloria shouted, but Alexa quickly responded, correction. You played them 3 times last week. The group roared with laughter, some nearly choking on their snacks. Desperate to change the subject, Gloria asked Alexa for the weather. Instead, Alexa replied, forecast, cloudy, much like Gloria's cooking skills. One of her friends fell off the couch from laughing so hard. Gloria finally unplugged the speaker, muttering that technology had turned into a bully. Well, I hope you have enjoyed today's English lesson. If you have, be sure to share it with a friend. And as always, I hope you join me on my next English lesson. I'll see you then.